On July 30th, Israel's military struck a Hezbollah stronghold in Beirut, targeting the commander responsible for a deadly attack on 12 Israeli children and teens in Majd al-Shams. The Israel Defense Forces, IDF, reported that Israeli Air Force fighter jets eliminated Fuad Shukr, Hezbollah's senior military commander and advisor to Secretary General Hassan Nasrallah. Shukr had directed Hezbollah's attacks on Israel since October 8th and was responsible for the July 27th killings in Majd al-Shams. Despite Hezbollah's initial acknowledgement of the attack, they later retracted their statement upon realizing the victims were Druze. As the head of Hezbollah's strategic unit, Shukr oversaw the group's most advanced weaponry, including missiles and UAVs. He had joined Hezbollah in 1985 and was linked to the 1983 Beirut barracks bombing, which killed 241 U.S. service members. The U.S. government listed him as a principal terrorist in 2019. The IDF strike in Harat Hraik, a Hezbollah stronghold, resulted in significant damage, collapsing part of an apartment building and injuring several people. Lebanon's government plans to file a complaint with the UN Security Council, accusing Israel of violating its sovereignty and disrupting navigation systems. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, upon his return from the US, authorized a severe response to Hezbollah's attacks. Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant labeled the strike as an escalation, marking the worst attack on Israel since Hamas's cross-border massacre from Gaza on October 7th. Hamas's political leader, Ismail Haniyeh, was assassinated in Tehran, Iran's capital, according to a statement from the group governing the besieged and bombarded Gaza Strip, which attributed his death to Israel. In the midst of this conflict, the impact on young voters in the US is notable. Younger voters are more likely to describe Israel's actions in Gaza as genocide, according to an Economist YouGov poll that found 49% of young voters agreed with that description. Some progressives, young voters, and Muslim American voters are showing serious reservations about the Biden-Harris administration as it backs Israel's war against Hamas in the Gaza Strip. The Biden administration has urged Israel to avoid escalating the conflict to prevent a wider war, specifically requesting that Israel not strike Beirut or its Hezbollah strongholds. As tensions continue, the U.S. emphasizes diplomacy to create conditions for civilian safety and return. In summary, Israel's retaliatory strike on Hezbollah highlights the ongoing regional conflict, with significant implications for U.S. politics, especially among young and progressive voters concerned about the administration's support for Israel.